Good morning. Let us start the embedded system DET 3102 course outcomes. Students will be able to select the relevant microcontrollers for various industrial applications. Students will be able to use embedded C programming language to maintain embedded systems. Students will be able to interpret the communication standards of embedded systems. Students will be able to develop basic applications of the embedded system. Students will be able to interpret features of real-time operating system. This we have started as programming embedded system, embedded C, isn't it? Programming embedded system, embedded C. So embedded C we have discussed the justification regarding selection of the programming language as the embedded C. Why embedded C is to be selected? Its justification we have discussed in detail in previous lectures in the start of the unit 2. So what are the advantages, disadvantages, benefits, etc. So embedded C is uh, mostly or generally used language in embedded programming, and in 8051 specifically we are dealing with also embedded C is useful. The compiler of embedded C is accommodating the 8051. So we have seen the SFR ports in the previous lecture, and different addresses are there for SFR P0, P1, P2, P3, and this is defined in the header file, and we can use directly the SFR P0, SFR P1, SFR P2, SFR P3. Typical header file for 805 family is there, and that we can either you define it again SFR, or you can use the header file which is already defined these values. And you can directly use the P0, P1, P2, P3 variables. Okay. So having declared the SFR variables, it can be returned to the ports in the straightforward manner. If it is already declared, or we have declared it in the program, in both cases either we declare it on the program SFR value, then straightforward we can use P1, P2, P3, or it is declared in header file, you include the header file, and then you can straightforward use the P1, P2, P3 directly. So this, having declared the SFR variables, it can be written to the port. Return to the port means directly port can be used as it is written or read from port. For example, some data can send to the port 1. So this is the variable name for data. Okay. So variable name for data. So for data in the hexadecimal. 0x indicates hexadecimal, as we are knowing this. Or OX we can call, or 0x. 0x, 0f. 0f is hexadecimal number. 0000. F is 1111. So 00001111. And it is given to or assigned to port 1, port data. This data, whatever 0f is there, it is assigned to port 1. That means it is right on the port 1. You have seen. Port 1 can also be read. This also we have discussed yesterday. P1 is equal to 0xFF. First we have to set the port into read mode. In order to read from port, it needs to ensure that the last thing returned to the pin was 1. In order to read from pin, it needs to ensure that the last thing returned to the pin was 1. Okay. The port 1 now is read. P1 is equal to 0xFF. Okay. For setting the port 1 into read mode, we have to write 11111111. Means in order to read from the pin, it needs to ensure last thing returned to pin was 1. So all pins are written 1. 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 is written. So all pins, all 8 pins of P1 are written 1. 0xFF. And port data equals to P1. Now P1 is read. In variable name port data, data is assigned or stored of data of pin P1. Read from the port. So this is reading of the port. Simple, we have seen it. Then we have discussed the creating and using S bit variable, single bit variable. In previous case, reading and writing of P1 is complete 8 bit, complete 8 bit reading, complete 8 bit writing. Okay, complete 8 bit writing and complete 8 bit reading. Okay, complete byte, not a single bit, it is a complete byte, bunch of 8 bits. But single bit also can be read or written, manipulated. So creating and using S bit variable, creating and using S bit variables. To write to a single pin, use of an S bit variable can be made in C51. To write to a single pin, single pin साठी use S bit variable. Data type or variable type is S bit, can be made. Use of S bit variable can be made. S bit typeचा व्हेरिएबल चा यूज किंवा वापर करू शकतो C51 कंपायलर मध्ये. To provide the finer level of control. Finer level, single bit is a fine level control. Okay. So we can define some things. Define means it is a constant. LED port variable name is defined for P3. So LED port मध्ये P3 स्टोर केला. LED ऑन व्हेरिएबल नेम मध्ये 0 स्टोर केला. LED ऑफ मध्ये 1 स्टोर केला. म्हणजे LED ऑफ वापरला की 1 होईल, 1 वापरला जाईल, असाइन केलं जाईल. कारण LED ऑफ ची व्हॅल्यू 1 आहे, LED ऑन ची व्हॅल्यू 0 आहे. You can do anything. LED on you can write assign 1, LED off you can assign 0. According to your hardware configuration, you can connect the LED for pin 1 off condition or pin 1 on condition. Okay, so pin 0 off condition or pin 0 on condition. Any combination you can connect with the hardware. Okay, every combination is possible. So this is the definition of constant, then some program, then S bit warning LED. Warning LED is a variable, S bit. It is S bit type of the variable, single bit. Warning LED is a variable of single bit. LED port cap 0. LED port cap 0. That means P3 cap 0. So P3 cap 0, P3 cap number, whatever number, suppose 0, is nothing but pin number 3.0. It is nothing but pin number 3.0. Third port, 0th pin. P3 cap 1 means pin number 3.1. P3 cap 3 means pin number 3.3. Third port, third pin. Okay. So LED port is already defined P3. So LED port means P3. P3 cap 0. LED port cap 0. ह्या ज्या पिन वरचा व्हॅल्यू आहे तो असाइन केला वॉर्निंग LED ला. द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ LED port cap 0. That means value of P3 cap 0, pin number 3.0 value is read and assigned to warning LED variable. Warning LED is a variable name and which is having the type S bit, that means single bit. So single bit is read and assigned to or stored in single bit variable. So after some program, some other instructions are there, and then warning LED is equal to LED on. Okay, you can use that single bit to assign LED on, that is 0. Again some program will be there, and again warning LED can be assigned LED off. LED off is 1. LED off is 1. Again some program is there. Again warning LED can be assigned LED on, and so on. There may be delay also, there may be some program execution, etc. Isn't it? So S bit warning LED is a variable single bit. You can assign the port value, you can assign the single bit value 0, you can assign the single bit value 1. Anything you can assign, single bit. So these are some of the examples: assigning the port value, assigning the 0 value or 1 value. Okay. So this is just the explanation of the program. So how you can assign the variable which is single bit type from port or from directly the bit variable. So this we have seen. So we have seen the minimum software environment also needed to create embedded C program, isn't it? So what is the minimum software requirement? Minimum software environment needed. Wide main लागतोच, wide main in wide curly braces for the main, wide main, opening of the curly braces, closing of the curly braces. In between these curly braces, we can write the main program. So this is the main program. So in main program, this is the comment prepare for task X. Okay. So X underscore init bracket is some function. Okay, some function. Initializations will be there. Okay, initialization. Then while one is a function, and this is forever function, forever running function, forever execution function, or it is a super loop. It is super loop. It is super loop. While one is a super loop. While one is a super loop. Super loop means what? Infinite time running loop. Infinite time running loop. This loop executes for infinite time. This loop executes for infinite time. That means unless and until we turn off the power or power supply to the board, it continues running. It continues running. Okay. Unless and until we turn off the power supply to the board, it continues running. It starts from first instruction. One by one, all the instructions will be there according to the decision making instructions, isn't it? Of course, according to the branching instructions. It executes till the end of the program. If the program end appears, again it goes to first instruction, because it is while one. It is indefinite loop. It is a super loop. It continues this program, again goes to the first instruction. Again it continues to the program, again it goes to the first instruction. Again it continues to the program from first to end, again it goes to the first instruction. Again it continues from first instruction to last instruction, goes back to the first instruction. Whatever the program, suppose X bracket, that is X function is executed, or whatever the instructions written. So this is while one, it is super loop. So this is the structure of the minimum required structure of the minimum software environment needed to create environment, needed to create an embedded C program. Embedded C program साठी हे कमीत कमी लागणार सॉफ्टवेअर एन्व्हायरमेंट आहे. तयार हा प्रोग्राम कमीत कमी लिहायला लागतो. Example we have seen, isn't it? What is the example? Reading and writing a byte. So void is there. That is the program is, main program is defined, and it is starting from first curly brace opening and last curly brace closing. In between these two, whatever return is there, that is the program main. Okay. So in this we have to define something. Unsigned character port 1 underscore value. So unsigned character is a data type, and port 1 value is the name of the variable. It is the variable name. Port 1 underscore value is the variable name. What is comment? Must set up P1 for reading. P1 is to be set for reading. So how to set P1 for reading? For setting reading for any pin, we have to first write 1 on that pin. So suppose complete P1 is to be set for reading. So all the pins of the P1 must be set or written 1 on it. So P1 is equal to 0xFF. P1 is written 11111111. So P1 equal to 0xFF. So this is setting of P1 for reading. Now it is ready for reading. Before reading, we have to write 11111111. Okay. So we have set P1 for reading. While 1. So it is infinite loop. This is the curly brace opening and closing for while 1. So for while 1, it is curly brace opening and curly brace closing while 1. So it executes this loop till end, goes again to first instruction, execute it again, and again it goes to first instruction. It executes the loop, again it goes to first instruction, it executes the loop, again it goes to first instruction. Read the value of P1. Read the value of P1. Read the value of P1 is the instruction, is the comment. Copy the value of P2 is the comment. It is not taken into compiler. It is not a part of the program. So what is the part of the program? Port 1 underscore value is equal to P1 and P2 is equal to port 1 underscore value. These are the two instructions. So it executes port 1 underscore value equal to P1, then it executes P2 is equal to port 1 underscore value. Again it goes up on the first instruction, port 1 underscore value equal to P1. Again next instruction P2 equals to port 1 underscore value. Again it goes to the top, first instruction port 1 underscore value equal to P1. Again next P2 is equal to port 1 underscore value. This is the while loop. Okay, this is the logic of the program. So what it does in the first instruction and what it does in the second instruction. Only two instructions are there. These two are comments. So in first instruction, it reads the value of P1. It reads the value. Port 1 underscore value equals to P1. Port 1 underscore value is the variable name. In that variable name, P1 is read and store. P1 is read, P1 equals to port 1 value मध्ये store होते. P1 is read, that means P1 equals to that value is stored or assigned to port 1 value. So now port 1 value is having the read value of P1. P1 ची value port 1 value मध्ये आहे. In second instruction, port 1 value, whatever the value is there in the port 1 value register variable, that variable is assigned to port 2. That variable value, this value is assigned to port 2. That means port 2 is written with this value. Okay, port 2 is written with this value. Port 2 वर write केली जाते value कशामधली? port 1 underscore value या variable मधली. Isn't it? So this is the program and this continues. This continues and we can check the parallel port values like this. If tick is there, it is 1. If empty is there, it is a 0. So first port 1 is written FF 11111111. It is ready for the reading. Then port 1 is read. Actual value is 10110111. So B7 value. In hex it is writing 11111111 is FF and actual value is B7 in hexadecimal. B7. Now this is read. This value is read. Okay. So it is stored in the port 1 underscore value variable name. Port 1 underscore value मध्ये B7 save केला. Then port 1 underscore value हा port 2 वर write केला. Okay. So this value is written now on the port 2. So port 2 P2 will have value B7 and 101101 1 1 B7. Now that port 2 value is having the pins output as B7. Okay, 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 1. Whatever the port value is there, same value will be there on the pins after writing. After writing, whatever the port value will be there, the same value will be there on the pins. So pins we have B7. Pins will have output 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 1. So this is the input port and this is the output port. So P1 we are using as the input port, P2 we are using as the output port. This is all about the program. We have seen this. Then creating the software delays also we have discussed yesterday. Creating the software delays, isn't it? We have discussed this. How to create a simple delay without using any hardware, timer resource. Loop delay, round bracket close. Unsigned integer x comma y. Loop delay is unsigned integer x comma y. For x equal to 0, x less than or equal to 65535, increment x. This is the for instruction. For instruction is there in which bracket first argument is initialization of the variable x equal to 0, initialize झाला x 0 पासून. Second is the condition checking. Second is the condition checking. X is less than or equal to 65535. Condition checking. X is less than or equal to 65536. Whether x value is less than or equal to this condition checking is there. Then third value, semicolon, third value, increment x, variable increment. This is the normal structure of for instruction. Okay, initialization, condition checking and increment variable. Okay, any variable you can take for the for loop. Any condition you can take for the for loop. You can increment as well as decrement also. Increment or decrement in the for loop. So this is the structure of for loop. These are the curly braces for loop. So for every for loop execution, all the instruction within this curly braces are executed. So here y is incremented. Y equal to y plus 1. Y plus plus is nothing but y equal to y plus 1. X plus plus is nothing but x equal to x plus 1. Previous value of x is added with 1 and it is stored as new value in the x. Again next that becomes previous. Again previous value plus 1 is new value stored in the x. So you suppose x is a 1, previous value is 1, added with 1 it becomes 2. Now 2 is stored. In next loop 2 is the previous. Now 2 is added with 1, 3 new value 3 is stored in the x. In this way increment x. Similarly decrement x minus minus is used, previous value 1 is decremented. Again previous value 1 is decremented and so on. Here only the y is incremented. No use of y is done, but y is incremented just to have one instruction. And in this way this delay works. So this delay works for 65536 times execution of for loop. So this is software delay. So instead of a loop delay without any data type, it can have simple delay without using any hardware type resources. Okay, same is there. Longer loop delay is there. Longer loop delay. Instead of loop delay, name is given. You can give any name. Okay. Longer underscore loop underscore delay is a function name. Why it is longer? Because two for loops are used. One for loop is there, again one more for loop is there. So in two for loops, one after other, this combination, this structure is called cascaded for loop. Cascading is done. Okay, cascading of two for loop is done. One loop is embedded in other loop. Okay, embedded for loop we can call, or cascaded for loop is here. So this cascaded for loop or embedded for loop is used here, and that creates a longer delay. How it creates, we will check now. Creating a simple delay again without using any hardware or timer. Okay. Name is given for function longer underscore loop underscore delay and curly braces. And this function is having first open curly brace and last close the curly brace. So these are the starting and ending of the function, and whatever is written inside the function is the program of that function. So first in that function the variables are defined: integer x, y, z, unsigned integer x, y, z. So x, y, z are unsigned integers, so they are having the 0 to 65535 range. So total 65536 variables are there, variations are there. In variable value 65536 different variations are there. 64k, okay, 16 bit, unsigned integer 62 byte. Okay, so again the for loop is having the construction, say, or the structure. In for loop, first is initialization. X is initialized to 0. Second is condition checking. X is checked for its value if x is less than or equal to 65535, and x is incremented. X is incremented by 1. X is incremented by 1. This we have discussed yesterday also. Now, what is the embedded for loop or cascaded for loop? In the for loop body, so first for loop is there, so which is having the opening brace here and closing brace here. Okay, within this whatever written is the program of this for loop. Okay, the program of this for loop. Within that program one more for loop is written. This is the for loop, another for loop. Within the first for loop second for loop is written, and this for loop now has the variable declaration y equal to 0, semicolon, condition checking y is less than or equal to 65535, semicolon, and increment y. So this is the curly brace for this second for loop, opening of curly brace and closing of curly brace. Whatever written in between these two curly braces is the program for the second for loop. So here the program is z increment. So only increment of z. Anything you can write, any code you can write. So this is a for loop embedded in another for loop. Okay, there are two for loops, outer for loop and inner for loop, or embedded for loop or cascaded. One for loop is cascaded within another. What is the difference between yesterday we have discussed the delay, single for loop delay, and embedded for loop delay? Embedded for loop delay creates a longer delay as compared to single for loop. Now again we will revisit the first program. Yesterday we have discussed. The for loop, what it does, it initializes x equal to 0, checks the condition x is less than or equal to 65535. Now it is less than 65535. It executes the instructions under the for loop, and then it increments the x plus plus, that x becomes 1. Now again it checks x is less, 1 is less than 65535. Again it executes. X becomes 2. Again it is checked. 2 is less than 65535. Again it executes. It continues till x becomes 65535. X becomes 65535 by increment. It checks 65535 is less than or equal to 65535, equal to 6. Then again it is executed. Now it becomes 65536. X becomes 65536. Now 65536 is not less than equal to 65536. Less पर नहीं, equal पर नहीं. Now condition fails. Now it comes out of the for loop. So how many times it has executed? X equal to 0 to x equal to 65535. So 0 to 65535. How many times it executes? It executes 65536 times. Okay. It executes, this for loop program executes 65536 times. 0 to 65535. It becomes total number of 65536 times. Okay. The y increment instruction is executed 65535 times this loop. Now check the second program. Check the second program. First for loop, initialization is x equal to 0. Initialization is there, isn't it? Initialization is there. X is checked. X is 0 now. X is less than or equal to 65535. Condition is true. X, first for loop is executed. First for loop is executed. All the programs are executed in first for loop. In program of first for loop, there is a second for loop. In second for loop, what is the initialization? Sorry, not x, it is y. Initialization is y equals to 0 for second for loop. It initializes y equal to 0. Then it checks y 0 less than or equal to 65535. Yes, condition is true. It executes the curly brace to curly brace for loop. That is z increment. It increments z. Again it increments y. Y becomes 1. It checks less than 65535. Y becomes 2. It executes z. Again it's there is plus plus. Again it's increment of y plus plus. Y is 3. Y is 4. Y is 65534. Again it is executed. Y is 65535. Again the condition is true. 65535. Condition is true. Y equal to. It incremented. Then y equal to 65536. Now condition fails. Y equal to 65536 is not less than or equal to 65535. Then this for loop comes out. Okay. So y equal to 0, it executes for 65536 times. Y equal to 0 initialization up to y equal to 6553635 it executes. Total 65536 times it executes. Y first. Second loop executes 65536 times. As a program of for loop, first loop, for first loop. For x equal to 0 is there and first loop is executed within these curly braces, and in that y executes 6553 times. 655336 times. Then x becomes 1. X becomes 1 now. Again it is checked. Again the for loop is executed. Second for loop. Now again y is equal to 0 because it is again started from initial. Y equal to 0. Y is incremented. Y equal to 1. Y is incremented. Y equal to 65535. Y is incremented. Y equal to 65536. Condition fails. It comes out. So y is executed again 65536 times for x equal to 1. For x, then x becomes 2. X becomes 2. Again, second loop, y variable loop, it executes 65536 times. Again, x goes 4. Again, second loop executes 65536 times. Again, x goes 5. So, x is executing 65536 times. X is executing 65536 times, and for every execution of x, y is executing separately 65536 times. So, embedded 2 for loops are executing 65536 into 65536 times. 65536 into 65536 times. Calculate how much time it executes. Have you calculated it? Have you calculated? 65536 into 65536, right? So the loop is executing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 digits are there. एकम दहम शतम सहस्र दशस्र लक्ष 10 लक्ष कोटी 10 कोटी अब्ज 4 अब्ज 49,67,296 एवढ्या वेळा लूप एक्झिक्यूट होते. 65,336 वेळा नाही होत. 4 अब्ज 29 कोटी 39,67,296 वेळा लूप एक्झिक्यूट होते. व्हेरी लॉंग डिले इज देयर, isn't it? So it is longer loop delay. You understood? It is longer loop delay. 4 crore times, or rather 4.5 crore times it is, 450 crore times, sorry, 450 or more crore times it is executed. Okay, so this is the longer loop. One is the loop with single for, delay with single for loop. Second is the delay with 2 embedded for loops. You can have 3 embedded for loops, still longer delay. 4 embedded for loops, still very long delay. Okay. So this is about the software delays. This is about software delays. How to write the program routine for offering software delay. And we are writing this program routines as a function. Please remember, we are writing these programs as a function, and once you write the function, those functions can be called at any time, at any location, any number of times, at any location of the program. Any function once written can be called any number of times at anywhere in the program. Okay, so this is the function. So this is the function name. You can give any name, function name, round brackets, and the curly brace open, curly brace close. This is the function, definition of the function. Function is defined, and what it is returning, that initialization is there at the top of the program. Function you can write at the end of the program, and you can call these functions in main body anytime, anywhere, anytime. So this is writing the function. So delay routine is written as a function. Okay, so delay is created by writing a function, and in that function the delay routine can be written. So this is one way of writing delay. Okay, for loop or single for loop or embedded for loops. cascaded for loops. So this is about writing a delay function. So to know how to write the function is also important, and to know how to use the for loop is also important. Condition checking instruction is there. For loop. For loop is a condition checking instruction, na decision making instructions. So for loop is a important loop which we must know to use in this case, as well as writing a function is also one more important aspect we should know in the use or developing the delay function. So these are the two things we should know. Then embedded systems is using, we are using here in embedded systems 8051C. 8051C. Okay. So in 8051C program, to send values 0 to FF to port 1. Suppose we want to send value 0 to FF to port 1, because port 1, port 0, port 1, sorry, port 0, port 1, port 2, port 3, all these ports are 8-bit ports. 8-bit ports. So 8-bit require 00 to FF hex value. 8 bits can be 00 to FF, any value in this range. So program to send values 00 to FF. Now how to write the program? Include the header file. So this is the structure of program. I think we have seen the structure of the program. No? Okay. First, it is first program. This is the minimum required environment, void main and the program. And we require while one also, because the C program, this embedded programming is executing infinite time, or super loop should be there. So void main and super loop should be there. So 8051C program, void main is there. Okay. Void main is there. Void main, void, and these are the curly braces. In that there will be initialization and programming is there. Okay. So there is an inclusion of some header file. A register file is there, reg51.h or reg51.h. These extension h files are header files. Dot extension h files are header files. The name of the header file is reg51. Register 51 file is there. And this is the include, hash include. Less than, greater than symbol is used to enclose the file name. Hash include, no space is there. Then after include there is a one space is there here. Hash and include there is no space. After include there is one space, and less than and greater than symbols are used to enclose the file name, header file name. In this way the header file can be included into the program at the start of the program. So whatever the definitions and assignments and the constants and variable definitions are there, those standard functions are there, those can be directly used into the program. This we have seen in the previous discussion. Isn't it? So define is also declaration. Having declared the SFR variables, SFR variables also can be declared into the header file. It can be returned to the ports in straightforward manner. Okay. So somewhere it should be declared. Either we declare it into our program, or it should be declared in the header file and we should include the header file. This we have discussed, isn't it? So this header file is included. Hash include reg51.h. In this header file, the ports are defined. Port addresses are SFR space P1 equal to something 0x80, P0, P1 90, 0A, 0B. These addresses are assigned. And these addresses are the RAM addresses where these ports are provided the memory, isn't it? Registers, addresses of the memory, where these ports can be assigned the memory. And these are declared in this file. So we must include this file. Okay. So file is included reg51.h include before starting the void main. Before starting the void main void. Now this is the first curly brace opening and this is last curly brace closing. In this the program of main is there. In this the declaration of the variable is there unsigned char z. Unsigned char z. It is a z variable name and it is a data type of unsigned char. Normally char is used because it is a single bit, a single byte. Char is a single byte that saves the memory. And in embedded, saving of the memory is very important. So Z is defined as char. And again it is unsigned means its range will be 255. If it is signed, then range will be minus 128 to plus 127. So it is unsigned the char 0 to 255. Now the for loop is written using that Z. That for is having z equal to 0, z less than or equal to 255, increment z by 1. Okay, for z equal to 0, semicolon, z less than or equal to 255, semicolon, z plus plus, that is increment z by 1. So this is a for loop. For loop, there is a no curly brace. For loop, there is a no curly brace. If no curly brace is there, then the for loop executes only one next coming instruction, and that is p1 equal to z. p1 equal to z. Okay. z ची जी व्हॅल्यू असेल ही व्हॅल्यू p1 ला असाइन. पहिल्यांदा z0 असेल तर p1 मध्ये z येईल, त्यानंतर z1 होईल p1 मध्ये 1 येईल, त्यानंतर z2 होईल p1 मध्ये 2 येईल, त्यानंतर z3 येईल p1 मध्ये 3 and so on. At the end z will be 256. If this condition fails, then p1 will be 256. Whether 256 or 255, we'll check. Pay the careful attention to the size of the data. Data size आपण डिस्कस केलेलाच आहे. What is data size? It is unsigned char. Unsigned char means it is character type data. Data type is character. It is 8 byte, 8 bit. 8 bit means 1 byte. Char is 1 byte. So it conserves the memory in the embedded executable file. Exe file becomes smallest possible. Unsigned means it is having no sign. So it starts from 0 up to 8 bit means 255. Total 256 range. Total 256 values. So 0, Z, 0 to 255. Okay. Pay the careful attention to the size of the data. We have discussed this size of the data, type of the data. Try to use the unsigned char instead of int if possible. Why? Because int is a 2 byte memory location. So it consumes 2 bytes, 16 bit. It increases the data size, file size. So try to use unsigned char. So whatever the memory available in the 805 microcontroller is there, so it consumes 2 byte out of that. Instead of that, we can use it for 1 byte. So avoid int if possible. If it is required, then you can go for int. If it is not required, if it is possible to avoid int, you can go for the unsigned char or signed char. Okay, use unsigned char instead of int if possible. The standard 8051s have 4-bit ports. Okay, port is a 4-bit. Sorry, 8-bit ports. The standard 8051 have 4 8-bit ports. 4 ports are there. P0, P1, P2, P3. 4 ports. P0, P1, P2, P3. 4 ports. Each port is 8-bit. 4 ports each with 8 bits. Standard 8051s have 4 ports, each port with 8 bit. Each port with 8 bit. Okay. All the ports are, now if it is 8-bit port, we require only 8 bit to write. So P1 equal to Z, only 8 bit are required. So no need to use int. If you use int, it will be 16 bit, isn't it? So port is having only 8 bit. So no need of 16 bit is to be there. So unsigned char is required. Okay, standard 8051s have 4 8-bit ports. 4 ports with each 8 bit. All the ports are bidirectional. All the ports are bidirectional. You can use port as input, you can use port as a output port. All the ports are bidirectional. That is, they may be used for both input and output. That is, they may be used for both input and output. The ports may be used for both input as well as output. Okay? Ports may be used both input as well as output. So these are the observations or understanding or learning from this particular program. 8051C program to send 00 to FF to port P1. Okay, this program we have written. We have to include register 51 reg51.h header file. This is the one observation, one learning. We have to write the void structure. This is the second learning. We have to have the curly brace closing and opening, closing. This is the third thing. We have to define the variable, the type of the variable and the name of the variable. Unsigned char, int, unsigned int, etc. Double, float, whatever. So Z is defined unsigned char because unsigned char is defines only 8 bit and required are only 8 bit because ports are having only 8 bit. All the 4 ports are having only 8 bit. So unsigned char must be defined. Then there is a for loop. Suppose any logic you can develop for, if you use for loop, then Z value will be starting from 0 and ending to 255. That means we have to send values 0 to FF. This is our statement, isn't it? We have to send values from 00 to FF. So we start with 00, we end with FF. Isn't it? Start with 00, end with FF. And for that we can use the for loop. For loop will start with 0 0 and for loop will end with FF. In this way, we can have all the values from 0 0 to FF which are outputted on the port P1, which are outputted on the port P1. So this is achieved. What is our requirement? Our requirement is 8051 program is to be written. Write the program 8051 to send value from 00 to FF to port P1. All the values 00 to FF are to be sent. So many things we have studied. Inclusion of the header file, structure of the void main, defining the variable data type and variable name, then using the for loop for varying the values from 00 to FF, writing the for loop for varying the variable value from 00 to FF for loop, and assigning the value of Z to port 1 P1. All these variable values are there. 00 assigned to port 1, 01 assigned to port 2, 02 assigned to port 2, 00 means 0000, 01 means 0000, 0001, 02 means 0000, 0010, 03 means hex 03, isn't it? 0000, 0011 and so on. 255 means 1111, 1111, FF. So all the values are assigned to P1 means it is written on P1. Port is written with that value. So in this way this program is there. And we have studied how data type is to be used, because port 1 is having only 8 bit. So we have to use the variable of 8 bit. So unsigned char is the data type we are using. And we are not going for the integer, because integer is having, or integer data type is having total memory allocation of 2 byte, and 2 byte will have values 0000 in hex up to FFFF in hex, isn't it? And what is our requirement? Only 00 to FF, only 8 bit, because port pin numbers are only 8 and port can take only 1 byte data. Okay, that we have seen, that we have studied. That's why we have used the unsigned char also. Unsigned char is in general also is used instead of integer, because to save the memory. That is also the aspect we have to remember. So that also we have studied in this. Unsigned char is generally used instead of integer. इंटच्या ऐवजी अनसाइंड कॅर वापरायचं का, तर मेमरी पण सेव्ह होते. दॅट इज ऑल्सो वन रिक्वायरमेंट. हियर port is having 8 bit, 1 byte, that's why also we are using unsigned char. This is second thing. Two things we have studied. Then what information we have got? We already know this information. From 4th semester you are studying the same. 8051 has 4 ports, P0, P1, P2, P3, and these all 4 ports are having each 8 bit. P0 is 8 bit port, that means 8 pins are there, 8 bits can be there. P1 is 8 bit port, that means 8 pins are there, 8 bits are there, isn't it? 1 pin, 1 bit is there, 8 pins, 8 bits are there. P2 is one more port which is having 8 pins, that means 8 bits are there. And P3 is also a 4th port which is having 8 pins on the hardware and 8 bits are in the port software memory. In software port memory is there, and in hardware pins are there. Number of pins are there, isn't it? Pins on the hardware. Hardware is having pins, where software is having bits, memory. Remember, in this program what we have shown here is, one is software bits and another is hardware. पिन्स. पिन आहे ते हार्डवेअर आहे आणि पोर्ट आहे ते सॉफ्टवेअर आहे. ओके, so this we have studied here. Pin are there and port hardware is also there. Port is there software, pin are there hardware. So this we have studied. So this first program given us lot of information. We have learned a lot of information. Okay, so we should stop here for embedded system for today. Tomorrow we'll again have the lecture, maybe at 11:30, or accordingly I will declare the time at. Okay, thank you. Be at home, be healthy, be safe. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you.